There's a wide range of chocolate bars available out there, but not all of them have gained a lot of attention around the world. One of the most popular chocolate brands is Toblerone, which stands out in a competitive industry. The chocolate bar has been around for over 100 years and is known for its unique triangular shape. Toblerone gives people a sense of luxury and indulgence with a wide range of flavors. If you enjoy treating yourself to the chocolatey goodness of Toblerone, then you might be wondering how it's made in the factory. Join us as we delve into the unique process of making Toblerone in factories. Before we dive into the process of making Toblerone, let's take a closer look at the history of chocolate. With over a century's worth of chocolate sweetness, it's no wonder this is one of the most famous sweets. The Swiss chocolate bar was first founded in 1868 in Bern, Switzerland. A man named Jean Tobler owned a confectionery shop. Then, in 1899, his son Theodore and his cousin Emile founded the Fabrique de Chocolat Bernay to meet the demand for Tobler's chocolate. The secret of the sweetness of Toblerone is the white nougat, which was discovered in 1908 in the factory kitchen. Meanwhile, the triangular shape was inspired by the Matterhorn in the Swiss Alps. All of these contribute to the unique shape and flavor of Toblerone. By 1909, Theodore had patented the manufacturing process of making Toblerone, so no other factory could use this process. The first Toblerone advertisement appeared in 1912, and this contributed to the popularity of the Swiss chocolate bars. The popularity grew so quickly that by 1919, the company had a revenue of 100 million francs. It continued to sell the same classic chocolate flavor until 1969, when it released the dark chocolate version of Toblerone. But how does the factory kitchen make this delicious chocolate bar that has won the hearts of the whole world? The first step for the Toblerone factory is to gather the ingredients. The chocolate bars are made with milk chocolate, almonds, honey, and nougat. It also includes sugar, whole milk powder, cocoa butter, cocoa mass, milk fat, egg whites, milk solids, cocoa solids, emulsifiers, and flavoring. The ingredients are mixed in a factory using a machine, and even the chocolate is milled until it's very fine. Toblerone uses only the best ingredients to make its chocolate, which is sourced from around the world. For instance, the milk is obtained from Switzerland, while the honey is sourced from Mexico. Almond nougat comes from California. The main ingredient is cocoa, which is purchased as beans from different countries like Ghana and the Ivory Coast. By gathering all the raw materials, the Toblerone factories make the chocolate bars from scratch. To start with, the Toblerone factory will roast the cocoa beans until they have a dark brown color. This would enhance the flavor of the cocoa beans, creating a solid foundation for the chocolate. After roasting, the cocoa beans are peeled, crushed, and ground into a liquid chocolate mixture. This is possible with the cocoa butter in the bean. The mixture is bitter, even if it looks like chocolate. This process is done with a semi-automated method, as a machine crushes the beans, but the workers create the liquid mixture for attention to detail. Now, sugar and milk are added to the mixture. To improve the flavor, the milk and sugar are added to the chocolate mixture. The milk is directly sourced from Swiss cows and blended well with the cocoa mixture. The conch is a chocolate mixing machine that improves the texture and flavor of chocolate. The machine has a double-walled vessel that circulates warm and cool water, grinding and mixing all the ingredients while eliminating unwanted taste. The conching machine blends the milk powder with the cocoa mass. Milk powder is the best choice because it blends best, and there would be very little water content. After adding the milk and sugar to the chocolate mixture, it would be very coarse. So the next choice is to mill the chocolate mix for a long time until it's very fine and small. The long stirring is done with multiple conches working at the same time, which makes the mixture softer and creamier. The machine saves the workers from hours of mixing the chocolate mass by themselves. The highlight of the Toblerone chocolate is the nougat, so this has to be made from scratch in the factory. The factory uses its machines and conveyor belts to make the process faster and easier. The nougat is made from boiling honey until the bubbles are formed. The cooks would mix water with icing sugar and then boil it, combining it with honey to make a syrup. Once it's been left to cool down, the factory would whisk egg whites and mix them with the syrup, adding almond nuts. The mixture is chilled with a cooling machine and then broken into different pieces. As the large nougat is moved through the conveyor belt, they are broken automatically into random bits. The small bits of nougat continue to move through the factory. They fall into the mixture of chocolate and are combined. This gives the Toblerone its distinctive flavor and texture. Now that they have the mix, the Toblerone is automatically poured into the mold, which is shaped into triangles. This is done through the factory's automated process, and the chocolate shapes are moved to another area to cool down. The Toblerone molds are spread evenly and left to solidify. Once it is cooled, the Toblerone bars are removed from the molds. Then they are packaged and prepared for distribution. They are sent to stores around the world for consumers to enjoy the chocolatey goodness. There are different types of Toblerone chocolate, which might alter the process at the factory. The original milk chocolate flavor is the most popular, as is the classic Toblerone. It combines milk chocolate with almond nougat and honey and offers a creamy and nutty flavor. That's the factory process that we explained earlier, but the other flavors have slightly different processes. For instance, white chocolate uses the same honey and almond nougat, but it does not include cocoa. This gives you a sweet and creamy taste with the familiar Toblerone texture. As for the dark chocolate, this is made with dark chocolate with a slightly more intense cocoa flavor. You might also enjoy the fruit and nut Toblerone, which incorporates dried fruits and nuts into the milk chocolate during the factory process. This adds another layer of flavor and texture to the classic Toblerone. There's also a limited edition Toblerone flavor, the salted caramel Toblerone, which combines milk chocolate with crunchy salted caramel pieces. This adds a delightful mix of sweet and salty to the chocolate bar. With all these different flavors, there's a Toblerone for everyone. Whether you prefer classic milk chocolate or a twist with added fruits, nuts, or caramel, the factory has a precise process to ensure that every Toblerone bar meets the highest standards of quality. Toblerone has become a symbol of Swiss chocolate excellence, with its unique shape and flavor loved by millions around the world. Now that you know how this iconic chocolate bar is made, from gathering the ingredients to the final packaging, you can appreciate each bite even more. So, the next time you unwrap a Toblerone, remember the careful process and the rich history behind each triangular piece. Enjoy the luxury and indulgence that comes with every Toblerone bar, no matter which flavor you choose.